Hell no. The fuck, I'm finna unfollow this bitch. I don't really add dudes, but shit, I'll add you, my nigga. Ooh, that ass though. Let me whip it through the trap house. Oh shit, now she look fine as hell. Hey, little mama. Mm-mm-mm. Bro, I don't want to fucking be your fucking friend, bro. What the fuck? Damn. Back your fat ass up. Fucking this shit is. Join the broadcast. Nigga, I don't see all.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws.
Whip it through the trap house.
Well, with Free Clark, there was
lazy game.
Staying the year in college really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready.
Nigga, who is nigga? What team you're on? Oh, never mind. You on the Knicks? Nigga, you on the Knicks? What the fuck? If you on the Knicks, why the hell your name Brian? I mean, I said Brian.
This made a great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
In the corner, Mayo with it. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Knocks it loose. Freak. The shot is off. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Knicks. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most. Different look for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Monroe. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Jose Calderon. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter Williams is out there with Jared Bayless. And it's Henson in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Move the ball.
Anthony, the pass to O'Quinn, stolen by Henson. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Here's Carter Williams, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got 5. Here's Freak, and that one goes long. Bucks trail by 7.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
There's 45 seconds left in the first half. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. He tries for 3. Rebound by Parker.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Bayless.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 4. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Knicks lead.
And now,
welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. So it's New York picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without further Carmelo Anthony. The entire second half was just phenomenal. You could see there was no way he was going to let them lose.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've gotten spoiled. But we shouldn't fail to appreciate what he has been able to do tonight. He was spectacular. When he doesn't try to do too much, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely lethal. And he had it going tonight.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
We can do the trap house. Nigga, bring the mess out. I believe I can fly. On the other on my shorts. More like my go-to.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. The Cleveland Cavaliers coming to this one after a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely...
Derek Williams.
About 3 here in the first quarter. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Irving. It's a pick by Love. Irving kicks to Love. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Smith. That falls. Great assist by Love. Smith's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Teron Liu.
Coach had nothing but praise for his players, saying they played as well as I've ever seen them play. Everyone is making the right decisions, and honestly, they're playing so well, they don't even need a coach right now. That's an interesting sentiment, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Back to Thompson. Irving with a clean look. Another 3 for Cleveland.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Thompson dishes to Irving. Love against Anthony. Love, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
To the inside. And Irving with the basket on the assist by LeBron. Irving's got 5 points so far.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Cavaliers leading. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Calderon pulls it in. New York's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And a wide open look for Freak. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Now here's LeBron coming off a stellar performance against Philadelphia. Irving, good look. Misses the wing J. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team. You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly
making a switch here. Freak's checked in. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Channing Frye out there with Mozgov. And it's Dellavedova in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. There's Freak. Kept alive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's called on Channing Frye. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Kevin Love's checked in for Mozgov. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Iman Shumpert. Williams, he's checked in for the Knicks. Love kicks to Irving. Got a piece of it. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Frye. And Smith subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Lopez. Anthony comes in for Lance Thomas. And it's Calderon in for Tony Roten. Porzingis passes to Anthony. Great tee that time from Love.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like the only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big 3 to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
Here's Freak. Count the bucket. Freak's got the game tied up here for New York.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean,
away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
That's good. 12 points for Freak.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
Anthony somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Anthony's got the lead up to 1 now for the Knicks. Left side, Love. Love draws the double.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that's basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Freak passes to Porzingis. Now Cleveland moving it up. And James throws it down hard.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play.
Okay, guys, let's.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for J.R. Smith. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. Derek Williams is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Roten in at the 2 spot. Shumpert dishes to Irving. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And that one's good. Freak. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Irving attacking. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Cavaliers ball.
Taken away by Williams. Roten kicks to Thomas. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now it's only a 5-point Cavalier lead.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
And a fast break now for the Knicks. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Pass to Dellavedova. Dishes it to Irving. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Fires from 14. And again, it's New York. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for New York.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've been offensive defensively tonight because they've really forced the issue on D and come up with quite a few steals and deflections. Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Dellavedova, and he gets it to go.
What a nice play. Stole it away and took it coast to coast.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. The three, that misses, would have counted had it gone in. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Cavaliers on top, up 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. For the Cavaliers, Fry comes in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. And a switcher also for New York. Freaks checked in for Jose Calderon. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Fry in at center. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Cavaliers.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Lopez, a screen on LeBron. Here's Freak. New York, no good that time either.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
They get it again. And a wide open look for James. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
Lets it go from 11. No good. Excellent D there from Aflalo. Freak passes to Anthony. It's good from long range.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Money!
And Kevin, maybe the play of the game right there.
A tremendous instinct grade to come up with a steal and then attack the basket.
Game changer right there, guys. An unbelievable play to make it this stage of a really tight ball game.
So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. It was a
Hi, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie, whew, I mean, you know, this dude is a composed, mature leader. Along with all that mental strength, he's got such an incredible feel for the game. He runs the floor.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith.
You got your hair done or something? Huh? Maurice. Yeah. Oh. Alright, I'm finna be in the kitchen right quick. I'm finna come back. I'm finna get my hot dog though, bro.
Tell you about Vic.
What's up with that beat, bro? I just came up from the stove, right?
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. The last time these two teams met, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers picking up the loss in that outing against the Knicks. And so with that loss, evening the series up here at 1-1, we look to this game to decide who has the upper hand in this matchup.
Yeah, that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that.
Is checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for J.R. Smith. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Jose Calderon. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at the point. Anthony out there with Derek Williams. Then it's Tony Roten. And it's O'Quinn in at the center, filling out the middle. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And that one's good, James. There's 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
All right, Doris.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
LeBron dishes to Love. Good on the shot. Love's got 8 points.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Anthony with the bucket.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Offensive rebound. O'Quinn. And finally they hit one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Irving.
Freestyle on the top of the note. Niggas gotta know they gotta go. Game up, big kind of show.
The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Freak. Shot is off. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. freshman Clark making the jump to the pros. We can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak's decision pays off for him long term.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love checked in for Mozgov. LeBron comes in for Shumpert, and Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Irving passes to LeBron. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. He was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And stolen by Freak, expanding his range. That's good. Freak's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best in the NBA, and Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt he's an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, you go back last season. Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark.
In the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade. And that got them going, I think.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, down defense as well. Causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact.
Is it anything he can on the floor right now?
Tell you what.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Freak's got 8.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
In the corner, Irving with it. Smith for 3. No good on the buzzer beater. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Knicks out front. They finish off the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What does their contribution?
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. Start of the second half getting underway. Both teams back. Substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And a new group in for the Knicks. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Jose Calderon. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak in at point guard. Lance Thomas out there with Derek Williams. It's Tony Roten, and it's Porzingis in at the center position. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
In that one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Here's Roten, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out in transition.
They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Shumpert. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And that result was no surprise because they played very loosely with the basketball.
They sure did. There's no question about it. And when you come out on the wrong end of the turnover battle, you're often going to be on the wrong end of the scoreboard as well, Greg. You know that. There's not much working for him as he moves to 1 of 6 now in the quarter.
James wide open. It's good from long range. LeBron's got 12 now in this quarter.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Thomas goes in. Here's Freak. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
A 3-ball. Here's Porzingis. That drops. Porzingis has got 8 points.
just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
And stolen by Freak. And a fast break now for New York. A slam dunk by Thomas. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Knicks out front, ending the third quarter on a 12-3 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. Zinkis, he's checked in for New York. Freak comes in for Jose Calderon. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Freak kicks to Lopez. 4 on the clock. Freak, the 15-footer, good. And the Knicks lead by 6. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Again, James missing.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
The shot's good from Lopez.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, there's just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Freak kicks to Lopez. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Irving. LeBron outside. Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And now just a 2-point New York lead. Freak with it. Guarded now by Irving. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. The three-pointers obviously have been hurting them, and he told his players, we've simply got to play them tighter on the perimeter. We can't afford to give them these wide-open looks. Kevin?
New York moving the ball around. Feeds to Freak. To the middle. Here's Lopez. No good. Good D by Thompson.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Irving. Anthony kicks to Freak. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Irving. To take the lead. Sinks it.
Kyrie Irving is simply caught fire.
Here's Freak. Pass to Porzingis. A follow outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Pass to Porzingis. No good. And Cleveland the other way now. Irving kicks to LeBron. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Love up top. Count.
Well, they're having a problem dealing with Kevin Love.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And a wide open look for Freak. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. They didn't make it easy up.
Thank you.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without further. LeBron James. He came out of the locker room at halftime and was immediately on fire. That third quarter was his, and he did not hesitate to exert his will.
He was like a second point guard out there.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
The only color I care about is green.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself.
How can you have anything but the utmost respect for a guy like D-Wade? He's won multiple titles, and he puts his body on the line each and every night. He's the kind of player you want on your team. But tonight, he's the enemy. Can't let him beat us. It ain't gonna be easy, and that's for sure. So here we go.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from Miami. Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Freak subbed in for Tony Roten. And New York, looking at who they've got. Freak, he's in at point guard. Williams is out there with Anthony. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Calderon in at the 2 spot. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard. A lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy. Coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in. Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the 3. To the rack himself.
Amari Stoudemire, with the change of scenery last season, was on ad by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for New York. Not often you see him take that shot. Freak's got 5. The Heat leading by 3.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And it's Johnson penetrating. A second chance effort, and the basket good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And that one's good. Freak.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
Richardson, good.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Miami leading by 3. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta.
Yeah, and the foul trouble. Coming down the stretch, you know, they didn't have the guys on the floor you'd like to have out there, nor could they be as aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and because of the foul trouble, they really didn't want to incur more foul trouble, so they backed off and became passive, and that's no way to play defense.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. Back after this from the American Airlines